Meet David Mitchell, age 42. He's a mid-level manager at a telecommunications company in which he's been working for 18 years. Divorced 3 years ago, he lives in a 2-bedroom flat that he rarely maintains. He orders takeaways most nights, watches streaming content, and sleeps poorly. According to his scan-in assessment, David exists almost entirely within the apathy quadrant. Across 10 out of the 17 life domains, he scores low on both belief and importance. On the surface, David seems functional. He shows up to work, pays his bills, doesn't seem to cause any problems. But here's what most people miss about the apathy quadrant. It's not depression, it's not laziness, it's something far more insidious. It's complete absence of motivational fuel, when neither belief nor importance are present in domain after domain. And David's story reveals why this might be the most dangerous quadrant of them all. David wasn't always like this. 18 years ago, he joined the company as a young and ambitious junior analyst. He had dreams of achieving senior management. He married his university sweetheart and they had a daughter. But somewhere along the way, gradually, imperceptibly, David just stopped caring. Not dramatically, not all at once, but gradually and slowly. The promotion he expected at 34, it went to someone else. He convinced himself it didn't matter. The marriage that grew distant, when his wife finally left, he felt more relief than pain. One less chore to take care of. His daughter, now 15, lives with her mother. He only gets to see her every other weekend. But their conversations, their bond, has become perfunctory. He's checked out. He knows he doesn't care. He just doesn't care enough to change it. Here is what David's scan-in reveals across the 17 life domains. Almost all of them are in apathy. He doesn't think he can improve in any of them anymore, and more crucially, he doesn't even think it's important to do so. This is what the apathy quadrant is about, the simultaneous collapse of both belief and importance. Let's define what apathy actually is in the Belimp framework. Apathy is not clinical depression. It's simply a lack of care, simply a lack of attention. Apathy is a psychological equivalent to a neutral gear. No belief, no importance, no motion. No desire for forward motion. What does life in apathy actually look like? Let's look at David. He arrives late to work, just enough to miss the morning meetings, but not late enough to trigger an HR intervention. He completes his assigned tasks at an acceptable but uninspired level. When asked if he wants to lead a new project, he declines. Too busy with current responsibilities, he says. The truth? He simply doesn't care. Work is an apathy. He's not motivated to strive for progress. He doesn't believe in career advancement, nor does he think it's important. Health. He's gained 20 pounds in the last 3 years. His doctor mentioned pre-diabetes at his last checkup. David nodded, said he'd exercise more, but since then hasn't done a thing. Not because he's incapable, he just doesn't care. Relationships. His phone contains 83 missed messages from his close ones. Friends stopped inviting him to hang out because he declined so many times. Both friends and socializing remain in apathy. His family connection is minimal. His daughter lives with her mother. Parenting exists in apathy too. He attends occasionally, sits quietly, and leaves early. He is physically present, but emotionally absent. Here is what's insidious about apathy. It compounds. Each disengaged domain makes disengagement in other domains easier. David's lack of social connection makes his health goal almost pointless. Who am I going to get in shape for? His stagnant career makes financial planning irrelevant. Why invest in a future I don't believe in? His minimal relationship with his daughter makes personal growth feel hollow. Why should I become a better person if it won't change a thing? This is the apathy death spiral. Each abandoned idea, each abandoned motivation makes abandonment of the rest feel easier, feel more rational. The turning point came during David's annual performance review. His manager, someone David has known for over a decade, did something unexpected. She didn't discuss his performance. She didn't discuss any metrics. She simply asked a question. David, when did you stop caring? David opened his mouth, ready to give his standard deflection, but something stopped him. For the first time in years, he actually thought about this question, and he knew the answer, but it terrified him. I don't know, he said. I genuinely don't know. The company is rolling out a new psychometric assessment program, the manager replied. I'd like you to participate. Not because you're underperforming, but I feel because you need to see something. 3 days later, David sat in a feedback session with an occupational psychologist. The scan-in results laid bare, showing exactly what he was afraid of. David, the psychologist said, I need to be direct with you. You're not depressed, at least not clinically. You are demonstrating textbook apathy quadrant positioning. Do you know what that means? David stared at the screen. 10 domains in apathy. Financial independence, family, appearance, friends, work, spirituality, relationships, habits, socializing, success. 3 domains in hubris, leisure, age, and happiness. 3 domains in depression, parenting, legacy, motivation. And only 1 domain in motivation, health. Here is what David and most people misunderstand about the apathy quadrant. It's not pathological. Used strategically, apathy serves a vital function. It's a psychological neutral gear, a low-pressure space where you can rest, recalibrate, and let go of the domains that genuinely don't interest you. A psychologically healthy person might deliberately place certain domains in apathy. Parenting, if you have no kids, might go in apathy. Following every single fashion trend, apathy. Legacy in your 20s, apathy. These are conscious choices to preserve energy for the domains that truly matter. But David's pattern reveals a different story. 10 domains in apathy isn't strategic withdrawal, it's a wholesale surrender. It's the psychological equivalent of giving up on life while still going through the motions of living. Apathy becomes dangerous when it's not a choice, but a response to repeated defeats. You haven't strategically decided that these domains don't matter. You've convinced yourself they don't matter because you don't believe you can succeed in them. That's defensive apathy. That's your psyche protecting you from further disappointment by shutting down the mechanism of desire itself. That's the apathy trap. When belief collapses first, importance often follows second to maintain inner equilibrium. I can't succeed becomes it doesn't matter to me anyway. The ego protects itself from wanting things it can't achieve by eliminating the wanting altogether. 6 months after his wake-up call, David's scan-in profile looked drastically different. Not perfect, but transformed. 3 domains remain in apathy, a strategic choice. 5 domains moved into motivation. 4 domains in hubris, and 5 domains remain in depression. The crucial difference is that he's no longer in a free fall. He's still trying, he's improving, he's alive again. David's daughter noticed a subtle change. Dad seems there now, she told her mother, like he's actually engaging with the conversation instead of wanting it to end. His manager saw it too. David volunteered for a small project. Nothing ambitious, just a clear signal he was re-engaging. So what have we learned? Apathy quadrant is not a danger. It's a tool to be used strategically. It's how we consciously release domains that don't serve us and how we create space for domains that matter. Defensive apathy, the kind David experienced, is different. It's what happens when we've given up without admitting that we have done so. When we've stopped wanting things because wanting hurts. When we've convinced ourselves that nothing matters because believing things matter makes us vulnerable to disappointment. The warning signs of dangerous apathy are gradual disengagement across multiple domains simultaneously, loss of belief preceding the loss of importance, inability to identify what you genuinely care about, relief at the absence of obligations rather than the presence of freedom, defending your disengagement as maturity or realism, numbness instead of peace, avoidance instead of strategic choice. How many of your life domains have you quietly surrendered? How many things do you tell yourself don't matter when the truth is you've stopped believing you could succeed in them? With Scan-In, we at London Psychometric Laboratory have made this invisible architecture visible. We can show you where you have strategically disengaged versus where you have defensively given up. We can help you distinguish between healthy apathy and dangerous withdrawal. Because here's the truth David discovered. You can't care about everything. You shouldn't care about everything. But you need to care about something. And you need to know the difference between strategic withdrawal and surrender. The question is, do you?